money them a thief. And them a sell out the beach. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch a line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The hundred the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and they go in a whatever. Them a bull money and they lie them them. Corruption smell and they pocket them spell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and people them spell. Deep on me. What they treat the market man. Deep on me. What them a treat the cat man. Deep on me. What they treat the peanut man. Deep on me. What them a treat the dirt man. Deep on me. What them a treat the sun man. Deep on me. What them a Stibby dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on a cheek come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning and welcome to Global Television. This morning we are on the war part with the PNP them this morning. Accompong town is under occupation by the Jamaican government. Are we stepping ever more closer to a civil unrest on the island? What would the civil unrest mean for the people of Jamaica and indeed for the Constitution and by extension, the next general election? Good morning and welcome to Global Television. Thank you all for joining us. How honored this morning. Call PNP supporters this morning because I'm going to lash out this morning and I'm going to be surprised of me. To my community of party and all my family members, good morning, good afternoon, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, comment and troll, Dirty Dunce PNP, good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Natalia Freeman, good morning. Good morning. Yvonne Riley. Good morning. Sunshine. Annie Jones. Marcia Esty. Karen Forbes. Well going, bro? Gloria Morris. Patricia Matthews. Jason King. Paula Shelley. Wayne Evans, Marcia B. Rowe, Miranda Roddick, Georgia Dennis Bros, Pamela Akola. Good morning, GD Sprint. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Sometimes I wish them dirty PNP would have quarrel with me when me live. Because you know me not like black people, me will rub on. Pick out all of the bully them you can find. Me bad like the whole of them. Pick out all of the predators in the jungle. Me an elephant, me can step up, pan them. At Mr. Dave, I think it's _2. No. At Mr. Dave 2, may I call out your handle? You come and you call me all sort of what's it. You can't call me. You see to both JLP and PNP supporters, a lot of you is what is wrong with Jamaica. For you all, it's about your crooked party getting hold of power and purse, not pretty much doing anything to uplift Jamaica. It's about, in politics in Jamaica, is who controls the power and who controls the purse and who can thief more. And at that honor Jamaican people regularly support in our politics. Johnny H., how are you? Norman Ferguson. Because as soon as people criticize on a thieving leaders or on a weak and spineless leaders, on a ready for run come, I've been a sarcody. Come berate them and carry on all how. But let me tell you, Mr. Dave, whatever you want to call me, lift up your mother's dress this morning and look under there and tell me if you ever see me. Lift up your mother's dress, Dave, and tell me if you ever see me under there. You think I give a F who wants to listen to me when I speak? There's a power within me, Dave, that allow me to cancel out how people feel when I speak, to cancel out the NIMBYism and the WIMBYism when I speak. I don't give a F about how you feel. If you want to jump around and climb walls, find something, Dave, to give you a thrill, some adrenaline, Dave. But I won't give a flying fuck when I speak about how you, the supporters of PNP and JLP, feel. Because I don't vote based on tin mackerel, nor do I vote based on white rice or chicken back, nor do I vote based on $5,000, nor do I vote because I think that leader is my Lord and my master. Who the F do you think you are? One of the one have one of grandiose views. Create a Google account, sign into YouTube, turn on a camera, and go talk. But when I talk, you're here to listen, or you're here to interact. But to come here and to be disrespectful about a leader wanna have what look like a junking old mad British alcoholic. Come to England and look around at homeless people and see if Mark Golden is not a true representation of the British homeless. Who the F do you think you're talking to? Who do you think Mark Golden is in Jamaica? Is Mark Golden not one of the other thieves as well? Has Mark Golden not been a part of the thieving PNP administration? Who do you think Mark Golden is? You think Mark Golden is above criticism? Who the hell do you all think you are? If you want to take Mark Golden and go and wrap him in woolly blanket, please do so. Do not invite me, a very educated person, a very opinionated person, to come on your political bandwagon and partisanship. I am political, I'm not partisan. There are two different things. I am political, I am not partisan. So now don't come over here and come demand me how I should speak and who I should support. Don't come over here and tell me how I should speak and who I should support. I am not a dunce. I have never been a dunce. So don't come over here and ask me to support partisanship, corruption, looting, shooting, and pilfering of the budget. Do not ask me to do that. It's fair if you don't want to listen to me, you just scroll on to another channel. But when you tap off on my gate and tell me how under your mama look, I'm not obliged to lift up your mother's skirt, Dave. That's your job. It is where your head should be, not me. So when you want to talk about under your mother's skirt, you go in front of your mother and talk about under your mother's skirt, not to me. That's not my place. I've never gone there. All right? Me nah go black on you know. Me like for rub on you. Hmm? Me like to hold on and thrown against the wall and see how far on can bounce. Spongeball, outer than rules. You know the reason why Mark Golden and the PNP them can stand up to Andrew Holness attack on the Maroon? The reason why the PNP them can stand up to Andrew Holness using the JDF and the police to go into Maroon Town and the forestry department to steal lumber for whoever? Wasn't it under the PNP? Wasn't it under the PNP that the police assisted thieves to take up a whole beach, put it on them shoulder, and walk with it? Mark Golden, I have evidence, not of your MP, but of some of your delegates, Mark Golden, who are guilty of the same thing that Matthew Samuda is guilty of. That's why you're not silent. Because that is the Jamaica gerrymandering tactics, where you bring in people in your constituency or voting division to register to vote, and that will tilt the voting power within the division. The whole are not guilty. That's why you're not silent. Wasn't under the PNP. Just like how Andrew Holness I use the police now to facilitate him in his crimes and in his stealing in the cockpit country. Is it not the same thing the Jamaica Constabulary Force under a PNP-led government did? Anything that an agency or a department of the government did, the whole government is in cahoots with it. Have we ever found the sand? Have anyone's been ever prosecuted for a whole stolen beach? PNP? When I don't want people to call out corruption. When I want you to have selective memory, selective rage. Select your rage and get on with it. That's what you want. Selective rage. Selective outrage. As if the PNP are anything to write home about. Look at the dismal track record of people's of PNP with Portia and PJ. Look at how they sold the country down the Swanee. Wasn't it them? Wasn't it them who just a walk and a sell so? Wasn't it them who was walking and handing out to the Chinese? So make una don't want me to talk. Huh? Make una don't want me to talk. Why don't want me to back up corruption? Me a talk. Me a talk. So no go and figure out how your man go get the bullfrog and the padlock. But until una can get that, me a talk. When you want me to talk, say a JLP1 corrupt in a Jamaica, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not that dunce. I'm not Andrew Holness. Why do you want me to come out here, come act like I've passed Jamal school excellently? Don't ask me to be corrupt. If one's trying to clean up Jamaica, you have to be through on both sides. You have to be through about the people. You have to be through about everything if we say we want a better Jamaica. More and more I do this work, I realize Jamaicans themselves do not want a better Jamaica. All they want is for their party to be in power. And it doesn't matter if their party does or don't. All Jamaicans want is for their party to be in power. This is why Jamaicans are in the predicament and positions they have been for 8 years of voting either side, because nobody respects you. Everybody know you're cheap. Everybody know you're docile and backwards. So they can come and promise you no, and they never have to do anything, because you're idiots and you're stupid and you're hungry fools who will run out on the campaign for donuts and KFC, who will line up for a joke for donuts, you stupid assholes. And then you want to come out here and tell me, who've been to law school for 6 years, how to speak, how to critically think, how to analyze. How to explain, you dumb old fool? Me have to talk to them so yeah, so come I can't talk to them so in a writing. Because if me talk to them so in a writing, YouTube penalize me. Me get one with my mouth, but me can't get one with my hand. So me no keyboard warrior like me a mouth and face warrior. When see me face, you know me. Me not there behind a keyboard and in front of a camera. Alright? Me don't like when people invite me to be dunce. Dunceness irritates me. It really does. Dunceness get under my skin. So when me say dunceness and move towards me like it's a wall, me have to back it up. You can keep your dunceness to yourself if that's what you want. But when you come out here to make the whole world know that you're available to sell your vote for $5,000, that's not a nice thing to do in public, is it? Look at why the PNP them don't want talk about the stealing lumber, because them facilitate the stealing of a beach under for them tenure.
I know many viewers watching this video are wondering if today's topic really happened. Well, yes, it really did. It even featured on Ripley's Believe It or Not. In the middle of the night on July 20th, 2008, thieves stole the entire Coral Spring Beach in Trelawney, Jamaica from off the face of the earth. Considered by many to be the steal of the century, an estimated 500 truckloads of sand was moved through the night, and 13 years later, it's still nowhere to be found. So where did all the sand go?
Fish. I'm a pet fish them here. I'm a train them and I'm them for a long time.
The case had no breakthrough. No arrests were made, and the entire investigation was scrapped, leaving members of the JCF embarrassed once more. In 2011, owners of the stolen beach Felicitas Jamaica claimed they found the sand on two other hotels in Western Jamaica, Rio Montego Bay and Grand Palladium Hotel in Lucy. According to them, Rio and Grand Palladium were both in the process of developing beaches on their hotels. They contracted Bedrock Limited to get the sand, and boom, the Coral Bay Beach disappeared. Felicitas had sent spies into both hotels and recorded a video highlighting parts of Rio Montego Bay, which had two completely different colored sand on the beaches. There was mostly brown sand, which was common to the area, but large patches of white sand, which was not from the area, was seen. Men were also seen scattering the sand around the property. But Rio and Grand Palladium both deny this. They claim their beaches were developed in 2007, well before the theft occurred in 2008. What all parties agreed on was that they contracted Bedrock to do the job.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will...
So, we did some digging. With almost no trace on the internet or even telephone number, it was hard to find the Bedrock company, but we think we did. Yes, Bedrock Building and Aggregates Limited is located in Kingston. It has 5 employees and made around $36 million. Now let's think of this logically. If this is the real company and what Felicitas is saying is true, that they did steal the sand, how did they do it with just 5 employees? Or what's even worse is, if Rio and Grand Palladium did hire Bedrock to get the sand for the beaches, why would they hire a company of that size? Why hire a company so small? According to Mark Shields, the Deputy Commissioner of Police at the time, you've got the receivers of the stolen sand, or what we believe to be the sand, the trucks themselves, the organizers, and, of course, there is some suspicion that some police were in the collusion with the movers of the sand. So, it seems a lot of high-ranking people were involved in this theft, including the police. Something just doesn't add up, but we just don't know for sure what it is. So, what do you think?
We're asking the PNP party this morning, what happened to that beach? And we're asking the Jamaica Labour Party this morning, who is stealing the lumber from Quickstep? Who is stealing the lumber from Quick Step, Jamaica Labour Party? Who is building luxurious apartment? Who want high-end doors, front piece for wall robe, door jam, window jam? Who might be the thief in Quick Step? Who took up a whole beach on their shoulder and walk away with it? It wasn't the JLP aligned government take up the whole beach. We know say them a thief the lumber. We know say the JLP them a thief the lumber because we catch them red-handed with it. Who stole the beach, PNP? It was under your tenure. Who stole a whole beach? I don't want me to come out here with a chicken back mentality. Me love chicken back, me love chicken neck, me love chicken foot. But I do not walk around with that mentality though. Me nah go walk around with that mentality. So if you expect me to be dunce, all right, how me if you go come over here now? Come call out Peter King wife, Peter King widow as a dunce, hypocrite, and all of that. And come over here, come do the same thing by just relentlessly attacking Andrew Holness when there's things to attack Mark Golding about. Wouldn't want me to be like Chopper John them? Am I that dunce? Am I that of a crony? I'm very independent. I know I got to tolerate that backside. As long as I'm not in my direction, I'm not going to tolerate my independence. You can't buy me. You not too cheap to buy me. If you're not willing to sell so cheap, you can't buy me. Look at me. 6 years at last school is a whole heap of money. How me I go sell myself for $5,000 and come do an X? That's why Jamaica can better. Because the whole on suck up to politicians. Let's look at what type of leadership where people like me, Carlos, Annalisa Bell Rose, out of the press, Talk Your Mind, and others campaign about on a day-to-day basis. These are the type of leadership we want to see for Jamaica. These are the type of response we want to see from government. Government that cares about people. Not government who only there to steal and enrich themselves is what Labour and PNP has been doing for 80 odd years. Challenge me about it. The facts are there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog, and I am here once more. I am here because there is one important information that I brought to you today, and this information is unbelievable. The information is something every African leader should adopt. And you would ask me, what is that information? Well, the information is coming from Burkina Faso, and it is about the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. Yesterday, being 25th of July 2024, handed over mobile clinics, vehicles, and equipment. This means mobile hospitals. In order to explain it very well, is a vehicle being equipped with hospital equipment. Many things that can happen in hospital can actually happen in those vehicles. That is exactly what it is. And what is the reason of Burkina Faso leader handing over mobile vehicle to the Ministry of Health? The reason is actually the reason I'm here as well. One of the reasons is that since Ibrahim Traoré took over, things have progressed so rapidly that if you go to Burkina Faso, you won't recognize Burkina Faso anymore. There is development everywhere you go in Burkina Faso. Infrastructural development. And that development cannot get to every local government because there are some typical villages that problems still exist in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso leaders are building hospitals everywhere. But the point is that they cannot wait until hospitals are built everywhere before the Burkina Faso began to enjoy the effect of their good governance. So the leader happened to buy the mobile clinics and send them to different local governments. This mobile clinic is for checking of fever, malaria, cancers, pregnancy, test of different things, and also for the treatment and the solution. And this is beautiful. As you can see it, vehicles and machines are everywhere here in the field. That very day, Ibrahim Traoré came with a different vehicle from the one people used to know him with, which is Land Rover Defender 2001, meaning that Ibrahim Traoré has changed his vehicle. He is now using a different vehicle, and this vehicle is 2011 Toyota 70 Series. In secondhand, it cost $10,000. Now, what surprised people most is that when he came to commission the trucks and some SUV and pickups that Burkina Faso government procure for doctors and nurses, he came with 2011 Toyota 70 Series, which it cost us $10,000 in secondhand. And among of the vehicle he commissioned, we had Toyota Land Cruiser 2024, new ones. And he refused to use those Toyota Land Cruiser. Instead, he gave it to the doctors. He said doctors need it more than him because these doctors will be entering villages. Some of their service need speed. They go to need vehicle with his speed, like an ambulance. But he, as a president, this one is okay for him. He chose 2011 Toyota 70 Series, as you are seeing it here. He came down from the Toyota 70 Series to commission new vehicles for doctors. Each one of those vehicles he commissioned can buy 20 of the one he is using. Each one of any vehicle he commissioned today can buy 20 of the one that the president has. Is this not unbelievable? Improving healthcare provision, mobile clinics and cold chain equipment for quality care for Burkinabe, Ouagadougou, July 25, 2024. The president of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, handed over this Thursday morning to the Ministry of Health and Public Hygiene 15 mobile clinics, cold chain equipment, office equipment, rolling logistics for the improvement of the provision of health care in our country. The 15 equipped mobile care units, mobile clinics, are intended for public health establishments, EPS. They are equipped with equipment for specialized care such as mammography, ultrasound, colonoscopy. These mobile clinics, a first major experiment by the Burkinabe government, will be deployed to villages, the countryside, and certain peripheral areas of cities to allow populations to have ultrasound scans, to do cervical cancer and breast cancer screenings, and to take charge of children's care. The objective is to bring care closer to the most vulnerable populations. These are mobile clinics that will be in all regions of Burkina Faso, and that is the vision, so be able to offer quality care to Burkinabe wherever they are, declared Captain Ibrahim Traoré. As for the second batch of materials and equipment handed over by the head of state, it consists of 12 station wagon vehicles, 11 pickup vehicles, 13 refrigerated pickup vehicles, 1,900 refrigerators with solar kits, 110 electric freezers, 14 generators, 11 cold rooms, and 835 tablets. These cold chain equipment and tablets will help ensure the quality of vaccines at all levels of the health system. We had difficulty in the Health and Social Promotion Centers, CSPS, in being able to preserve.
You know why Jamaica will never have this? The people of Jamaica don't deserve this. We're frozen. It should soon come back. Oh yeah. The people of Jamaica don't deserve this. The people of Jamaica don't request this. They don't stand up for this. They don't ask for this. They don't bargain for this. What the people of Jamaica deserve is sugar, fat, and salt. I repeat. And that's what you have regularly got for the last 8 years out of your politics. Sugar, fat, and salt. Because your political class knows all I have to do for 2 weeks of the year, of the voting, of the electoral cycle, is make sure between nomination and election day, I keep them happy on fat, sugar, and salt. That's what you make your decision on, Jamaicans. Sugar, fat, and salt. Because you regularly sell yourself cheap. Sell your vote. Vote because they come and do a cookout at one of their political operatives who have a shop on the corner. They come and they open a bill in a shop in the community, and all of the sell batty, love rum and boom, young men wear rub out them hand miggle, run to the bar, sell themselves cheap. Why do you think you would deserve an upgraded health care or mobile clinic until your health care is upgraded? You're more interested in sugar, fat, and salt. Sugar, fat, and salt is what Jamaicans vote for. This is why Jamaica is so horribly behind on everything. The people needs nothing except for fat, sugar, and salt. Look at your all health condition. Compared to how we were in the 70s and 80s, look at the health condition now. Look at the health crisis. Sugar, fat, and salt is what your politicians has been using against you for 80 years. Sugar, fat, and salt. And I hate to know I'm to come sell myself for sugar, fat, and salt. On a line up for donut, on a line up for KFC, on a line up for Pepsi. That's what you all sold yourself short for. And then you want to walk around and talk about government is bad, government isn't doing anything. Why are you so cheap? Government so thief. Why are you so cheap? Get up and criticize the government every day. Why are you so cheap? Why are you so backwards and careless? For 8 years, we have been lining up for 2 weeks every 4 or 5 years to get fed by a politician. We say, whenever Scoripus. Oh, Jesus. Tin mackerel and white rice, curry chicken back and white rice, curry puss if you like it, and white rice, donuts, KFC, patty, box drinks, Jamaicans. I don't want me to come out here, come back up the F-free. You know, see how no fool. You know, see why you're not getting anywhere. Because the whole on was selly. You know, just a walk and sell, so. What are you going to hold on to? What's the selling about? Look how Posh and PJ sold Jamaica. Wow, when if you talk about it, it wasn't Labour who sold Jamaica. No, it wasn't them. It wasn't Labour who gave away our land to the Chinese. It wasn't them. Don't ask me if you come out here, come back up corruption. Una want better and regularly protect corruption. God help you not teach your children them about wrong and right. Because you can't want better and protect wassa. It don't make sense, Jamaicans. That's why we're so docile and backwards. We regularly say we want better, but every day we get up and we protect wassa. Nobody to criticize them chosen angel of a party. What have your chosen angel of a party done to the infrastructure of Jamaica for 80 years? Look at your roads, your light, and your water, your education, and your health care. And you have the nerve to come over here We don't have politicians and make laugh when we can't even check money. Look at what the ruling class, those who are the ruling ones today, look at what they told us and see if they weren't explaining a mirror image of themselves.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.
Okay, they were talking about the People's National Party on their campaign. But every word they are saying now, is it not a mirror image of their government? This is how you all have been played. The whole of them call out each other wrongs when they are in opposition. But when they become in government, them do the same or worser. But you, the docile people of Jamaica, regularly falls for it. And then you want me to come out here and come back on up and say, yeah man, Matt Golden is a great leader, I do good. Do where, what? Where am I do good and where am I do it? Let's turn our situation to the occupation in the Quickstep district of the Cockpit country. This is how the incident starts.
After you stop the lumber and then come back with that.
Blessings, Jamaica. I have something for showing you here. Now look around me. Now look.
See there, man. My road, man. Point the camera for me.
Now look.
Yeah, we not take no injustice over here.
Hold on, please. Something I go on, I'm going to update you upon it right now, yeah? Because I'm not going to hear a whole heap more after this. See? So, me in the community a quick step right now. Send out the live here, man. Send it out to everybody right now, because this will be one serious live. See, no joke. No joke. Send this out and send it to everybody, right? Since it reached that point here, it reached that point here. See there? Police and soldier all around me in the community. A quick step with there, right? Quick step with there. Again, problem over here, so we come over here to de-escalate a situation, and them now tell me, say, me have to go come down a station with them. So we're not going to hear about it today, because we there so, and the people them there so, we come to de-escalate, see them, more police come, everybody else come now, so we are going to find out what's going on. We need to update you upon the long-standing issue that's been going on over here in Quickstep. Quickstep is a deep part of Cockpit country to which there is a so-called forestry reserve. What has been going on with this forestry reserve situation is that it has been demarcated forestry reserve. However, people have been over the years deliberately lumbering from that area and taking the lumber out under the guise of forestry. You know, what is forestry doing with how much feet, thousands of feet of mahogany wood, right? The mahogany, right? One of the rarest species in the forest. Mahogany. What is the forestry department doing with mahogany? See, this is Superintendent Minto from Black River. We've had a very good relationship to the beginning of his term, right? Superintendent Minto has expressed he has zero regard for neither the history, the law, nor the forest, because they're prepared to facilitate the pilferage of mahogany from Cockpit country and telling the world that the Maroons are lumbering. These are the people who are lumbering, and these are the coverts and agents who facilitate the lumbering of cockpit country. So when them can't take enough and when the people of cockpit country stand up and decide to make a stance, it's a bad man pose. Them say me have to come down today now. Them say me have to come down today. Them don't know say me come over here to de-escalate, but they're escalating it. We are doing what we need to do as leaders in our communities to de-escalate and manage situations. But when we're met with ignorance, arrogance, and total disrespect, it is hard to contain the people because the people are going to speak for their chief. And the people are going to speak for their rights. So if Superintendent Minto was sent by someone else than who was given that authority to execute the law, right? And I'm not talking some quasi-law or some backbush law. Somebody needs to inform Superintendent Minto about the rights of indigenous people, about the Maroons of cockpit country, about the protection of the so-called forestry zone, that they themselves are assisting right? And they come here, right? See them? When you see them lining up. And me them say them know them ready for now. You see them? But them don't know what mistake they're making. Because I'm saying to them, I am here to de-escalate, not escalate. But every day I'm going to take away to find a way to turn me into the criminal. To turn me into the object of an abuse and an oppression. It done. It done. It done. We have been lobbying for conversations and dialogue with this government for so long. A government that does not respect its indigenous people, a government that does not respect human rights, a government that does not give any regard for the people it's supposed to be looking after and saying that we are all Jamaicans. We did not.
Them fi stop call them officials and call them thief. The Maroons them catch the thief them where thief them where illegally log and thief them lumber. The government want to spin it round to however them want spin it. I saw when thief come in your territory con thief, they get captured. It's simple. You don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go over to the arrogance and disrespect that Chief Curry is referring to, which has been going on for quite a long time.
Did the government seek legal advice on its decision to disengage with so-called sovereign Maroons? And would the government not be derelict in refusing to finance projects in any such territories? And the companion question is whether the government finds it embarrassing that it seems that different arms of the state, that's the police and ODPEM, as we found out, gave approval to the hosting of the Maroon celebrations.
Your question is based on a very dangerous premise. And I said earlier that there are some threats that the average citizen looking on might think it is innocuous, it is popular. And
Elijah B., the Pope, the Vatican is a cockpit country, is a country within Italy. Doesn't mean the Pope is not Italian, or those at the Vatican are not Italian. There's an international law context to that. The problem with people who have problem with Chief Curry are looking at the whole issue from a domestic law point of view, which is the wrong way to look at it. It ought to be looked at in international law. It's an area governed by international law, not by the laws of Jamaica.
Take a liking to it, because the discussions that are held in places that should know better does not highlight the threat. Jamaica is a unitary, sovereign state. There is no other sovereign authority in Jamaica other than the government of Jamaica. I want that to be absolutely clear. None. And under my leadership, not 1 inch of Jamaica will come under any other sovereign authority. What you are asking would be for the government of Jamaica to take taxpayers' money and grant funds to fund another government. This is not a government saying they are a local government, a parish council government, which is under our constitution. Are you crazy? Really? Do you know what you're asking? This is the stuff of how guerrilla wars come and states break down. Wake up, Jamaica. Don't court foolishness and problems. Wake up. People have died as a result. And you expect me to stand there as Prime Minister and fund activities that could lead to the breakdown of our state? Never. Thank you.
Mr. Holness.
So we know the Prime Minister quite angry from a long while, but we are aware of the convoy that was sent in yesterday into the Accompong, led by the Black River Superintendent, who regularly does not have transportation to move around its policing district. But they can lead about a 50-vehicle convoy into Maroon Town, where the government in broad daylight, because them do it in a night and they get caught and captured. So the government, using the armed force, using the police force and the forestry department to steal expensive lumber in broad daylight, which one could argue is very important to the Prime Minister's wife, the development complex, apartment complex. But let's look at some further developments.
We're here in Accompong, and it's been a tense moment for us and everybody in our joining communities. I've been assiduously working since morning to prevent any escalations of tensions with the dispatch of several officers into the Quickstep community this morning. So it hasn't made it any easier to try and quell the temperature of the people when they see such an aggressive show of force in a Maroon community, particularly Quickstep. And I saw that there has been some challenge as to the ownership of Quickstep, and that Quickstep is a government-owned property, right? I'm gonna beg every single one of you to go and look up in your history book about the land of look behind, right? Go and read up the land of look behind. And remember now, this is the heart of Cockpit Country. Tell me which part in Cockpit Country the government of Jamaica owns land. Explain that to me. So whoever has that claim should bring that claim forward and should table it. And let's have a discussion. All these are things and unfoldings of what we've been asking the government to provide us with. Understanding as to the process of constitution reform. What does it mean to Maroon ownership of land and ownership for the indigenous people on the island of land and the rights that extend from the ownership of such land. These are real-time topics, and this is now coming forth that the government is challenging for Quickstep because of course the rich supply of lumber that sits in the heart of country. It's important to note the community is called Quickstep of Accompong, okay? A part of the land of look behind. Go and read it up. Who never know them history, come to class. We're ready and we have no fight for share. The point is, the Maroons are within their right to defend their territory, to defend the forest. a lumberer. Chief Curry is a defender of the earth, defender of the faith, defender of the culture. That's all I've been doing since coming here, and I've been asking for dialogue to resolve long-standing issues, particularly the one with Quickstep and the lumbering in Quickstep, the illicit lumbering in Quickstep.
Only if Jamaicans would pick up a book and read. Only if one would pick up a book and read, then no government wouldn't be able to cheat on them so cheap. But nobody wants to read. Everybody wants over Saddam and Gomorrah City playing their Gomorrah's game on TikTok for a quick box. But how is that quick box going to benefit your children who has been taught loosely education in schools at the moment? You know, sister, Jamaicans are not futuristic. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about what your children will be engaging when you're gone. Not one honor is having that thought. Very little honor, rather, is having that thought. Why? Want to regularly show that your choice is for your favorite leader and nothing to do with your children, your grandchildren having a great future in Jamaica. Sometimes when I sick my stomach the way how I reason about the future, it makes me feel sometimes like I'm wasting my time. Maybe me should have sit down in a one corporate office at joke computer keyboard and tell lie and get on with it. Because the way how someone fool out here these days. Well, not one on willing at the moment. There's a particular video I never upload, but I'll try to bring it tonight. Because you all know there's a curfew in their Accompong. The government use the police and soldier. I want the forestry department and the JCF and the government to come tell me who is it that is stealing. Not people look Panderson thing that were Peter Bunting them were released for them walk out of Senate. Peter Bunting and Tony Blair cut off of the same vine. Literally. Peter Bunting and not you may have talked about dirty Tony Blair. Peter Bunting and Andrew Holness cut off of the same vine. All right? This is in international law, occupation of a sovereign territory, where the Jamaican government does not have jurisdiction. For some people, it will be a matter of contention, whether it is occupation or not. But in my view, in international law, this is an occupation of sovereign territory by the Jamaican government, where there is no circumstances that dictates the Jamaican government to take such drastic step, albeit in order to facilitate the government and its agency to steal expensive mahogany lumber. That's the only reason for the curfew. That's the only reason for trying to taint Chief Curry's reputation in public by talking about Chief Curry as a person of interest. That was all a character smearing. At the same time, this government is using the forestry department to steal on behalf of the prime minister and his wife. And this very government uses the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Fire Brigade, and the Jamaica Defense Force in order to aid the stealing, to enrich the prime minister and his wife. If I know so, then I come explain one sensible story to it. But for the moment, I saw it go. For the moment, it is the government using the Jamaica Fire Service, using the Jamaica Constabulary Force, using the Jamaica Defense Force to aid and protect the forestry department, to steal mahogany lumber for the prime minister's wife, who is doing an $800 million apartment complex development. If I not so, we come out, come talk how we go. But for uno take up lumber from the bush where you cut out and for go all the way at town, go look upon the wood and ask the wood, who might you think have harvested you from the jungle? They want to take the wood to Kingston. To ask the wood, who might you think have harvested you illegally from the forest? So until the Prime Minister, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and the Forestry Department can come out here, come tell we who was doing the stealing, then we have no other way to point but to point at the wife of the Prime Minister. My connection is unstable. We cannot point in any other direction but to the wife of the Prime Minister, because we already know them as thief. And if we say the government, I use all its apparatus for aid stealing, then it's quite clear that one could assume that it's stealing on behalf of the wife of the Prime Minister. Or if I not so, uno can come out, come say I not so it go. But that's all it's left for us to say, that the Jamaica government used the JCF, the JDF, and the Forestry Department to steal lumber on behalf of the wife of the Prime Minister. Thank you all very much. Me do me 1 hour. Whether I want to like the program or not, who gives a F? Me come and me talk when me feel like talk. And my mouth me a talk out. And my mind I think it. Me don't make people walk and think for me. And me don't think what TV and radio tell me. So if I think we can walk in a bush and think. So no one like the life when I like it. Me know I don't like one of the chosen people them get criticized. But F Mark Golden is a sad old clump of shit. That's what he is. That's why he's a weak and spineless opposition. That's why he's an existential threat to Jamaica, because he might aid Andrew to get another 4 more years. It is the same tactics that they use to bring Labour in, because they want to collapse PNP, to mash it up and get it their way. And to today day, them can't join it back together. Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet. Humpty Dumpty. Can't fix back together. I wanna mash it up. Not we. And I wanna still a tear it up. Look at a big girl blows war with Dawes and Campbell. May have recordings of Dennis Meadows where I say Mark Golding weak and spineless. Whoop of them you see want Mark Golding to fail. Go get on the facts right. PNP divided more on Labour. Right now, Labour stand a better chance of winning than them. PNP win. It will be credit to the vloggers and social media who regularly tear down and point out Andrew Holness crimes and criminality every day. Not that is what the weak and spineless bunch of divided, greedy, thief out Jamaica purse PNP does. Good morning from Global Television.